Okay, this is a production which is based around BBC GCSE Bite-Size History, looking at the Cold War and the ideological differences, Stalin versus Truman. Right, number one. Who died in 1945 and who replaced him? So it was basically the US, so the US president, okay, Roosevelt, who died that year. Okay, so we got Roosevelt. He's the one who departed from this world in 1945, and he was replaced by, you guessed it, Truman. Nothing to do with the Truman Show. So Truman is the person who replaced him. Now Truman, just a few added things to say about him, was strongly anti-communist. Okay, so he's strongly anti-communist. So these are a few of the facts that we can talk about there. Right, what did the new president say to his advisors reputedly? I'm going to use the word reputedly. I'll say it again, reputedly. Okay. Right, he said, this is Truman, the Russians only understand one language. How many armies have you got? Okay. I'm tired of babying the Soviets. There we are. So quite a change in style to Roosevelt, who's very, very friendly with Stalin. Right, okay, number three, list the main differences that led to the breakdown of the wartime alliance between the United States and the Soviet Union. Okay, now the first area is in politics. So politics is the first one, and within that realm, okay, America, and I don't want that, I want an equal sign. Will it let me have an equal sign? Here we go. So America is capitalist. Okay, and Russia, you guessed it, yep, it was a communist. Alright, that's the first thing. So, second area, lifestyle. So, lifestyle, let's have a look at lifestyle. So, we've got lifestyle. So, America equaled freedom. Freedom! Okay, so equal freedom and two-party democracy. Okay, so two-party democracy. Whereas Russia, Soviet Union, equaled or had a secret police. So secret police, ladies and gentlemen, and it was one-party state. There we have it, one-party state. Excellent. Except we don't spell party like that, okay, do we? Right, so that's politics and lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the third category is the aims of the said states. Okay, so America wanted Germany to recover as a trading partner. So wanted it to recover as a trading partner. Recover as is not one word, by the way, it's two words, recover as a trading partner. Okay, although if I remember rightly, Roosevelt wanted it to sort of go back to being an agricultural based economy, if that makes sense, and I'm making a slight mess of this, ladies and gentlemen. Technical hitch. There we have it, like so. So, trading partner, and Russia wanted to weaken. So, wanted to weaken Germany. So, wanted to weaken Germany and create a buffer zone of friendly states around Russia. Zone of friendly states around Russia. Okay, Right, number 4, a little bit more complex, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Moving on now on. Comparison of America and Russia. We've got sort of 9 main points here. Okay, let's see if we can sum them up. The first area is America is the richest, whereas, ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it, Russia, not the poorest, but it's the biggest, like so. And the second area, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, second area, America is a democracy, land of the free. So they keep on telling us. Right, yeah, we got that. So democracy, yeah. Free elections, okay, with a, except it's not fee elections, is it? It's free elections, and it's led by a presidential system. Okay, whereas, okay, this is a real experiment after this one. Not as smooth as I hoped it would, but hopefully you're enjoying it, people. Whereas Russia, okay, Russia, yes, Russia, is a one-party state led by a dictator. So, one-party state, oh dear, led by dictator. So, led by a dictator, yes, so it's led by a dictator. There were elections, but you could only vote for the Communist Party. Let's just put down only vote for communists, like so. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to point number 3. And point number 3. So America has freedom of speech. Yes, freedom of speech. That's the US. Let's just put US in for a change instead of America. Let's just do it that way instead. And whereas the USSR, okay, state control, so state control, which includes censorship, secret police, that's why I've got that city voice, terror, not Terry, but terror, and purges, ladies and gentlemen. Terror and purges. Right, going on to number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4, the US is capitalism. Yes, capitalism, big word. Alright, which implies private ownership, and the right, wait for it, the right to make money. Yes, the right to make money. Whereas in the USSR, ladies and gentlemen, it's state ownership. Okay, didn't want to do that. State ownership, yes. Of the means of production. So state ownership, means of production. So a very silly voice, like so. And the belief, that wealth should be shared. That wealth, okay, should be shared, which I don't know, since 2008 it's kind of come back in vogue in terms of discussions, at least. Right, number 5. So Truman, so it's led by Truman, and he thought communism was evil. I just put com for short, like so. Now I've really got lazy, yeah, because I've forgotten to even put the US here at the front. So US, here we go. So US, whereas the USSR, ladies and gents, on the other hand, was led by Uncle Joe, known as Stalin in some circles, who believed capitalism was evil, which was kind of right, and I just realised that we've gone out of shot. Okay, this really is an experiment and a half today. Okay, let's just bring, hopefully we haven't been too much out of shot, but anyway, dragging on. Right, number 6, ladies and gents. The US had the atomic bomb, so US atomic bomb. So this is immediately after World War II, hasten to add, because the Russians got it in 1949, if I'm right, but was scared of Russia's conventional army. Okay, because the USSR had a huge army at this stage, but it carried on to have a big army. So the biggest army in the world. I remember when I was growing up, towards the end of the Cold War, that we were, well, those who were interested in the military stuff and everything, were conscious of the Soviet tank force numbering something like 50,000 compared to America's of about 13 or 14,000 tanks. There you are. Nice bit of useless information for you. But was angry that Truman had not warned that he was going to drop the bomb. So yeah, angry about use of bomb against Japan. Yeah, got the idea? Use of bomb vs. Japan. Okay, the Russians were cross about that. Right, okay. Point number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Number 7. Okay, so the US feared the spread of communism. Feared. Spread. Hope you get that. So fear the spread of communism, you guessed it, through, and this is not how we spell throughout, of course. Okay, throughout the world, like so. And whereas the USSR, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the USSR was angry because America and Britain had invaded Russia in 1918 to 1919 to destroy communism. So Russia angry West over invasion during Russian Civil War. That's basically what it was. So Russian Civil War, which went on between 1918 and 1921, a loss of something like 8 million people. Just the sheer loss of life in the wars that Russia was involved in 20th century. Absolutely unthinkable. Anyway, moving on to point number 8, ladies and gentlemen. So the US was angry about the Nazi-Soviet Pact. Nazi-Soviet Pact in 1939. Okay, because it was major reason. Major reason for WW2. I've got that right, except there's too many W's. There. Let's get it right. Right. And whereas the USSR, okay, believe that America and Britain had delayed the opening of the second front. So delay second front. Okay. In terms of attacking France, that is. Okay, because obviously we'd attack through Italy to let Germany and Russia destroy each other. To let, okay, Germany, Russia destroy each other. Okay. Number 9. Okay, now the US wanted reconstruction, although I did mention about Roosevelt wanting it to be an agricultural state mainly, to make Germany a prosperous except obviously you don't spell prosperous that way, because that's why we got the problems that we got there. Prosperous there, prosperous, rich, democracy. To be a bulwark against communism. And yes, you guessed it, a trading partner. Whereas the USSR, okay, wanted to wreck Germany. Okay. No, do it again. There we are. To wreck Germany. Okay, huge reparations for damage during the war, and a buffer state of friendly states around Russia to prevent, yes, you guessed it, another invasion. Right, I don't know if this has worked because it's kind of been a little bit clumsy, but this is an experiment after all. Thank you very much for watching and listening and basically having to put up with my tomfoolery. Thank you very much. Thank you.